Om Namo Venkatesaya. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Shasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavathanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashanteye Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanideye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Tismarana Matrena Janma Samsara Bandhanat Vimuchate Namastasmi Vishnave Prabha Vishnave Lakshmi Nata Samarambam Nate Amana Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Partaya Pradibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Namo Venkatesaya. My pranams everybody. So we are in chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan is giving the Vishwarupa Darshanam to Arjuna. So now Bhagavan said the purpose of his mission is the time factor. He has come to annihilate all the people in this battle, excepting the Pandavas and few others. Therefore, I have already willed that these people will be killed, and therefore you are only an instrument in my hand. Just rise up from this chariot and start fighting this battle, and you will earn name and fame. That's what Bhagavan said. Then Arjuna started talking to Bhagavan from Sloka number 37. That is, I think it is full of Arjuna's stuti about Bhagavan. So let's go through Sloka number 37.
Tasmachate nanameran mahatman gariyase brahmanopyadi kartre ananta devesha jagannivasa tvamaksharam sadasattat param yat.
Kasmat. So that means why? Kasmachan chatena nameran mahatman. So why should not people offer salutations and then prostrations to you? Because gariyase, that means you are much greater, very heavier. Brahmana api, that means even greater than even Brahma, the Chaturmukha Brahma. Adikartre, that means you are the initial creator. Brahma is only a secondary creator. You are the initial. You are the person who created this entire universe even before Brahma, manifested from your navel, and therefore you are the Adikarta. That means you are the primary creator. Therefore you are greater than even Brahma, and therefore why should not people offer salutations and prostrations to you? That's what he's saying. Ananta Devesha Jagannivasa Tvam Aksharam Sadasat Param Yat. That means beautiful names of Lord. Ananta. Anta means end. Ananta means one who doesn't have an end, limitless. Limitless in terms of what? In terms of time, space, and objects. In terms of time, he was present in the past, he is present now, he is going to be present in the future. All our existence are only relative. We are here for a period of, we didn't exist for some point of time. Now we are existing now. After some point of time, we will not be existing. So ours is only relative existence. And Bhagavan is permanent existence. That is, therefore he is called as Ananta. So he is not conditioned by time. He is not conditioned by space also. Supposing I am here in this place, that means I am not in some other place. I am in Chennai, I am not in Bangalore. Even in Chennai, I am not in the next street. I am only here. So that means I am conditioned by space also. Because Bhagavan is not conditioned by space because he is present in all places. He is there in Vaikuntham, he is in Kshetrabdi Sagar, he is present in this entire universe. That's why he is called as Vishnu. Sarva Vyapanatva. That means he is present in all places, like the space, the Akasha is present in all places. Like that, Bhagavan is also present in all places. He is not conditioned by space, and therefore he is called as Ananta. He is not conditioned by objects. The jewelry, gold jewelry is conditioned by objects. That means only the objects made up of gold is called as gold jewelry. Supposing something is made up of, let's say, silver, then it is not gold jewelry. So that means the objects are some other things are conditioned by the objects. Whereas Bhagavan is not conditioned by objects also. He is present in living beings, he is present in inner things, he is present in all things. Therefore, he is not conditioned by objects also. So that's why he is called as Ananta. Not conditioned by time, space, and objects. Devesha. Devanam Ishaha Devesha. That means you are the Lord of these entire Devatas. Starting from Brahma to Indra to Varuna to everybody. You are the Lord of all of them because you are the person who you created them, you appointed them in their positions, and you are also controlling them through. And therefore, he is called as Devesha. Devesha. Jagan Nivasa. Jagat Nivasa. Jagat is this universe. In fact, the beautiful Sanskrit word is that even each letter indicates the nature of this, the word indicates the nature of this universe. Jagat, Jayate iti Jagat. Jayate means which is born. That means the world is created. That means it doesn't exist for all points of time. And therefore, Gachati. Gachati means it goes. That means at the time of Pralaya, the the complete universe is annihilated. So that means Jaga. In between it is only half of it. So in between it gives an impression of existence, Tishtati. Ta indicates Tishtati. So that means it gives an impression of indicating impression of being existence, and that's why it is called half a matra. No? It is only half a matra, not even full matra. Whereas Ja and Ga are full matras. It is only half a matra. It gives an semblance of an existence for some relative point of time, and therefore it is called as Jagat. Jagat Nivasa. That means he is a person who is residing in Nishchayam. Ni means Nishchayam. Vasa means who is residing, who is living. So Bhagavan is absolute. Or Ni can also indicate Nityam. Nityam means always. Bhagavan is always existing in this universe, and therefore is called as Nivasa. So one who is residing in this universe is called as Jagan Nivasa. Tvam, you are you. So means you. Aksharam. Aksharam means indicate, that is which cannot decline or which cannot decay, is called charam, is which declines or which reduces or which undergoes a change, is called charam. Whereas aksharam is nothing which doesn't undergo any change at all. So that means like even Jivatma is like that, but we have not realized that it is aksharam. So Paramatma is aksharam. Aksharam means he doesn't undergo any change at all. So he's always in his, the Atma can never undergo a change. In fact, Bhagavan, we saw in the chapter 2, Bhagavan said the Atma can never be hanyate hanyamane sarire. Even if the body gets destroyed, the Atma doesn't, is not destroyed at all. That was how the Bhagavan started his discourse in Bhagavad Gita. In chapter 10, first he's talked about the Atma Vidya. So Aksharam. So it doesn't undergo any change, it doesn't undergo any change or decay, and therefore it's called as Aksharam Parama. Sada Sat Param. Param means is beyond or ultimate. Is ultimate of Sat Asat. Again, Sat is what? Sat is which is present in all periods of time. That's what is called as Sat. So that means the Jivatma is present in all periods of time. Jivatma, in fact, Bhagavan said there was a time when all of us were there. There's a time we are here. There's no time when we are not going to be there also. So that means Jivatma is also present in all periods of time, and therefore it is called as Sat. Asat. Asat means which undergo opposite of that. That undergoes any changes. So that is this physical body, this inert things, the world itself is undergoing change. And whatever is made up of the Panchaputas will undergo a change. And therefore this body, inert things are all called as Asat. But incidentally, the English word Asat, A-S-A-C-E-T, means property. But then actually it is Asat. That means it is not present in all periods of time. So maybe the English people have already thought about it and kept the name for all the assets, all the property as assets. That also undergoes a change. Therefore it is called Asat. Inert things are called as Asat. Param, that means one is beyond this Sat and Asat. One is beyond the Paramatma as well as the Jivatma. Who is beyond the Jivatma as well as the inert things, and therefore is called as Sadasat Param. In fact, in Vishnu Sahasranam, we have the famous, one of the namas says, Pradhana Purusheshwaraha. Narasimha Upusriman Kesava Purushottama. Pradhana Purusheshwaraha. That means Pradhana means all these, the inert things, the world, etc. They are called as Pradhana. Purusha refers to the Jivatma. Puri Shete iti Purushaha. So he is the Ishvara. He is the Lord of both the inert things as well as the living beings, and therefore is called as Pradhana Purusheshwara. Similarly, Sadasat Param. That means you are the person who is beyond this Sat and Asat, Sadasat Param Yati. So that person, so why should not people worship you? Since you are beyond, since you are even greater than Brahma, because you are the Adikarta, that means Adikarta, that means you are the initial creator of this entire universe. You are limitless. You are the leader of all the Devatas. You are living in this world continue permanently. You are you cannot be destroyed, or you don't undergo a change. You are beyond this inner things as well as the Purusha, the Jivatma in this world. And that person, why should not people offer prostrations to you or worship you? That's the question that Arjuna is asking in the sloka number 37. Let's move on to sloka number 38.
Tvamadidevav purushah puranah tvamasya vishwasya param nidhanam Vetasi vedyancha parancha dhama tvaya tatam vishwamananta rupa.
Again, beautiful praise, sloka by Arjuna Stuti. Tvam Adi Devaha. Tvam means you are Adi Devaha. That means you are the initial person. Because he was there in all periods of time, that means you are the initial person who was present in this whole universe. That is why he's called as Adi Devaha. Other meaning of Adi Deva means Adi means creation. So Adi also refers to creation. Devaha means one person who is very divine as well as who is effulgent, who is shining. That is one meaning of Deva. Other meaning of Deva root is play. So Bhagavan does this creation like a play. So for the children, when they play, it's very effortless for them. So they don't need to take any special particular effort to do, in play is the one thing where the children, they enjoy doing that because it is effortless for them. Similarly, Bhagavan creates this universe without any, he doesn't have to take such a great effort of, creating all these panchabhutas and all those things. He does it like a child's play, and therefore he's called as Adi Devaha. All you need to do is just have the sankalpa and everything is falls in place. Adi Devaha. Purushaha. Puri Sheteti Purusha. One is, Puri means this body, the city. So this body is called the city. One is residing inside the city is of course both Jivatma as well as Paramatma, and therefore we will have to look at from the context. In certain cases, Purusha refers to the Jivatma also. So here in this case, it refers to Paramatma because he is residing inside the body also, and therefore he is called as Purushatma. Purnatvat Purusha. That means one is complete in itself, and therefore he is also called as Purusha. Puranaha. Purapi Nava. That means he is very old. Purana means one of the oldest person. Vriddhatma, we find in Vishnu Sahasranama. Vriddha means the old. He is the oldest person in this universe because Puranaha, that means very old. Because he has been there in all periods of time, and therefore it's called as Puranaha. Other meaning of Pura is Pura Apinava. Even though he is old, he is always looking new, because he doesn't undergo all these changes like our body, etc. So in fact, it is said that in this Vaikuntha, Bhagavan is always looking like a 16-year-old Yuva. So he doesn't undergo any change at all. So that's why he's called as Puranaha. Purapi Nava. That is, even if he's old, he's Nava, new. He looks like always new, and therefore he's called as Puranaha. Tvamasya Visvasya Param Nidhanam. This Visvasya, that means for this universe. Tvam, you, Param Nidhanam. That means the ultimate refuge for all these people in this universe. You are the ultimate refuge. That means everybody has to ultimately come to you only. So that is the ultimate goal. The goal of everybody is to reach Bhagavan, and you are the ultimate goal for everybody in this universe, and therefore it's called as Visvasya Param Nidhanam. Vetasi, that means you are the person who knows everything in this world. Bhagavan is the knowledge, this Jnana Swarupam also, knowledge, and therefore you are the person who knows everything in this world. And therefore is called as Vetasi. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. That's how the Bhagavan is defined as this Taittiriya Upanishad. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyomane. Soshnade Sarvan Kaman Saha. That's what the Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahmananda Valli says. So, Vetasi. So that means you are the person who knows everything in this world. You are the knowledge, because everything comes from you only. Veda Shastrana Vijnanam Yeta Sarvam Janardhanat. That's what it is. Yogo Jnanam Tada Sankyam Vidya Shilpadi Karmacha Veda Shastrana Vijnanam Yeta Sarvam. So all the branches of knowledge, everything comes from you only, and therefore you are the source of knowledge, and therefore you are the complete knower, and therefore you are called Asi, means you are Veta. That means you are the person who knows everything. Vetasi Vedyam. Not only you are the person who has got the complete knowledge, you are the person to be known also. Vedyam is one who is to be known, is called as Vedyam. In fact, all the Vedas, so much of details in Vedas, Shastras, Puranas, everything. What is the ultimate objective of all these things is only to know you. You are the person to be known. In fact, Bhagavan himself is going to say in the later chapters, he is going to say, Vedaihi Sarvaihi Ahameva Vedyaha. Through all these Vedas, Shastras, Puranas, Itihasas, everything, I am the person to be known. That is the whole goal of studying this Vedas or anything, Shastram, anything is ultimately to know Bhagavan. And therefore he is called as Vedyam. He is the person to be known. Cha Param. He is also the ultimate, and therefore Dhamma is the ultimate goal, is the refuge, is the ultimate. Param is the ultimate. So there is nobody beyond him. Bhagavan says, Matta Parataram Nanyate Kinchidasya. That means there is nobody above me. I am the ultimate supreme, and therefore he is called as Param. Dhamma. Dhamma means he is the ultimate refuge of all the people. Tvayatam Vishwam Ananta Rupa. That means you are being transcended. You pervade this entire universe through his Ananta Rupa. That means by where Ananta means endless form. That is, he is seeing this Vishwarupa Darsam. This Vishwarupa Darsam is endless. He is not able to see, we saw that, no? He is not able to see the beginning, he is not able to see the end. It is pervading this entire three lokas, Bhur Loka, Shur Loka. Therefore, Vishwam Ananta Rupa, through your endless form, you are able to transcend this entire one, and therefore, my prostration. So that's what he is saying, address this Bhagavan. So, Sloka number 39.
वायुर्यमोऽग्निर्वरुणः शशाङ्कः प्रजापतिस्त्वं प्रपितामहश्च नमो नमस्तेऽस्तु सहस्रकृत्वः पुनश्च भूयोऽपि नमो नमस्ते.
So, Bhuyaha Api Namaha Namaste. Again and again, my prostration to Bhuya means again. Punascha. Again, he's saying again and again, I want to salute you. I want to prostrate before you. So, you are the Vayu. You are the person who are manifested as Vayu. You are the Yama, the controller of the Yama. Then you are the Agnihi, you are the fire, you are the Varuna, you are the water, you are the Shashanka. Shashanka means Shasha refers to this rabbit. So when you look at the moon, you will find some dark spots which resemble like, the moon, the rabbit over there, and that's why he's called as Shashanka. Anka means he's got that mark of this moon in him, and therefore he's called as the rabbit in him, and therefore he's called as moon. Shashanka, you are the moon. Prajapatihi. Prajapati means you are the great grandfather. That means you are the Brahma also. You are only Tvam. Prapitamahasya. Prapitamahasya means Pita is father. Pitamaha is father's father. Prapitama is the great grandfather. So that means you are the great grandfather because he is the first creator, and therefore he is the great grandfather because he is the father of Brahma also. Therefore you are the great grandfather. Prapitamahasya. Namo namostute sahasragratva. That means I am doing 1,000 times of namaskara. Because Bhagavan is manifesting in so much multiple forms. He is doing Namo Namaste Sahasra Kritva. That means I'm doing it thousands of times to Namaskara, again and again, again and again, again and again, my Namaskarams to you. That's what Arjuna does, Bhagavan, the prostrations to Bhagavan. And we'll continue our discussion tomorrow. Vasudevasutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu Krishna 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 Krishna